OpenAI, the research facility that created the popular ChatGPT chatbot, is a discussion to sell its current stock in a tender offer that would value the business at about $29 billion. This would convert OpenAI, which was founded as a nonprofit and makes almost no money, into one of the most valuable American startups. The use of chatbots has caught the interest of both investors and users. They provide fast, simple, and outwardly accurate responses to detailed questions well beyond the capabilities of Alexa, Siri, and Google Search. Those queries might include providing the foundation for writing an article. ChatGPT, a beta product of the company OpenAI, has generated the bulk of this curiosity. Funded by an all-star list of investors, the AI research and deployment company began life as an Elon Musk-founded nonprofit. It has since been spun out into a for-profit whose valuation is rising. OpenAI's stated mission is to ensure that artificial general intelligence, or AGI, by which we mean highly autonomous systems that outperform humans, are mostly economically valuable work, benefits all of humanity. OpenAI debuted its ChatGPT beta in late November, attaining 1 million users in 5 days. It took Netflix 41 months, Facebook 10 months, and Instagram 2.5 months to gain a similar following. According to a Reuters source, the company's most recent valuation is a reflection of the secondary share sale. Microsoft, whose Bing search engine has sputtered, has put in $1 billion. Projected 2024 OpenAI revenues are $1 billion. At the Center for International Intellectual Property Studies, or CEIPI, in Strasbourg, France, Professor Dr. Alexander Werzer, Director of IP Management Education, recently asserted that AI-assisted framing does an excellent job in this environment of making non-IP audiences aware of IP's relevance to their own professional work. Professor Werzer made a valid point. There is an exceptionally high divergence between most executives and many inventors, investors, and consumers regarding the usage and purpose of intellectual property rights. AGIs are a potentially formidable tool for offering people the information and material they require at the precise moment they need it, despite the attention and money spent on them. Experimental chatbots like ChatGPT and Google's Lambda do have some technical and legal flaws. In particular, IP professionals should be careful of the accuracy of chatbots' outputs and their ability to violate IP rights, like copyrights. The speed and seeming capacity of natural language searches to generate concisely summarized, nuanced solutions to complicated inquiries readily attract users. They are often inaccurate. According to Bern Elliott, vice president of Gartner, ChatGPT is currently only a parlor trick. It's something that isn't actually going to solve what people need, unless they need is sort of a distraction. ChatGPT was trained on an enormous amount of text data. It gained the ability to spot patterns that let it write its text in a variety of writing styles. The precise data that was used to train ChatGPT is not made public by OpenAI. According to Elliott, ChatGPT is currently more of a tool for OpenAI to get notoriety and to show what's possible for large language models than it is a practical piece of software that enterprises can incorporate. While OpenAI charges a fee for access to ChatGPT's underlying language and associated AI models, the service is currently practically free. A pricing model for the public is likely forthcoming. Advertising and sponsorships have not been discussed, but they will be sooner than we anticipate, probably in a more subtle manner. Additionally, ChatGPT has been taught to produce human-like responses to user inputs. Don't expect it to signal the end of the term paper, but it can produce simple software code, crude financial analysis, hilarious poetry and melodies, natural language descriptions of scientific concepts, and reflective essays. It gains knowledge as it goes. It is yet unknown about how AGIs collect data, what material they are employing, and whether they have any racial or other prejudices. In the context of their demands, users will need to decide whether the information is accurate and helpful. Chatbots can produce outwardly precise responses in seconds. They will be incredibly satisfying while yet being somewhat frustrating or completely inaccurate. These post-Google search algorithmic strategies take advantage of users' declining attention spans and growing time restrictions. Internet search engines like Bing and Google struggle with the presentation, whereas ChatGPT excels at it, often at the expense of accuracy. The lack of attention span has become a problem for almost everyone using the internet and social media. Not only the less educated and those unaccustomed to serious research and mountains of data. Readers who are overwhelmed with information and images and are prone to distraction require assistance in locating what they need more quickly. Why write a paper yourself when a bot can do it? Why slog through a small selection of articles on Google search to collect the information needed? Time and presence are considerably more important factors in attention deficit than intelligence. AI bots that use natural language appear to assist already overburdened individuals in getting to the point. Siri and Alexa will likely want to join the fun. Late November saw ChatGPT's launch, and since then, users have been tweeting requests and inquiries like "Are NFTs dead?" and tell a hilarious joke on tax dangers of international remote labor. They also attach a snapshot of the response from ChatGPT, which frequently but not always makes sense. The technology was created by Sam Altman's San Francisco-based OpenAI, a research firm sponsored by Microsoft, LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, Greylock partner, and Khosla Ventures, as well as Sam Altman, co-founder of LinkedIn. Other investors include PayPal co-founder and early Facebook investor Peter Thiel, Sequoia Capital, one of the most successful technology investors, Tiger Global Management, Bedrock Capital, Combinator Y, and Andreessen Horowitz, a household name in Silicon Valley private equity. Unlike other chatbots from Silicon Valley, ChatGPT automatically generates text from typed prompts in a much more sophisticated and original way. It should be an easy transition to voice prompts. In the realm of generative AI, which refers to computers' ability to automatically create text, films, photographs, and other types of media using cutting-edge machine learning techniques, tech investors are pouring billions of dollars into firms with a focus on this area. The likelihood that ChatGPT is a code red for Google search is high. That it will alter our perception of search, just like TikTok did for Gen Z. Google has been working on its chatbot, Lambda, but is currently less eager to go public with it. It can afford to be patient. Why should its profitable present business model, which brought in $54.5 billion in advertising revenue in the third quarter of 2022, be altered? It's important to keep in mind that query responses were largely objective when Google's search algorithm first debuted in 1998. Today, the objectives of advertisers and Google's stance on a variety of issues like intellectual property rights have a significant impact on reactions. Now, to understand how something happens, follow the money. Consider the investors I mentioned earlier. The core code to OpenAI may continue to be open to developers as the company evolves, but don't expect ChatGPT to remain complimentary for long or free of influential users and sponsors. The essay and term paper, as we know them now, is still alive. Teachers will need to be more adept at spotting plagiarism and fake output than the sophisticated technologies that produce them. Maybe educators need bots to check the authenticity of chatbot responses and identify the origin of the questions. At the moment, Grammarly's Google's plagiarism checker can be handy. The definition of plagiarism will undoubtedly change. A Wall Street Journal writer used ChatGPT to write her AP essay and succeeded, despite the lecturer pointing out flaws in her, or rather its, work. But will chatbots marginalize human thinking or inspire people to higher levels of thought and analysis? The bots are ultimately a creation of humans, and as we are always evolving, they will as well. On the top end, there will be a competition. The search giants and tech funders battling each other for positions. But don't be surprised if companies and individual users start using AI to compel bots to verify the correctness of other bots. War of the worlds, or war of the words, perhaps. Will there be a battle of the bots when it comes to reliability and accuracy? It will be important that busy users care. Even though ChatGPT still has a lot of potential for development, Google's management issued a code red following its launch. This amounted to Google sounding the fire alarm. Some worry that the company is getting close to a scenario that the top Silicon Valley companies dread: the arrival of a significant technology shift that might completely transform the industry. Well, that significant increase in the company's value is likely due in part to the widespread popularity of ChatGPT. It may be unexpected that OpenAI is rated so highly, given that its most well-known product is provided for free. By offering its AI software to developers, AI makes millions of dollars each year. Microsoft is presently leveraging cloud services from OpenAI for tools that let people produce text, code, and imagery by following simple instructions. Additionally, OpenAI receives funding as a research organization from a combination of grants, sponsorships, and donations. Companies like Microsoft and private donors like Elon Musk and Sam Altman are a few of the sources of funding for OpenAI. Microsoft made $1 billion investment in OpenAI in 2019 and has been talking about making a far larger, maybe tens of billions of dollars investment in the AI industry. OpenAI can work on merging its AI technology with other Microsoft products with more financing. Microsoft reportedly intends to integrate AI technology from OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot into its Bing search engine, according to recent reports. By integrating ChatGPT, Bing will be able to respond to search requests with full sentences rather than lists of links. By the end of March, the improved search feature will be accessible. It might give Microsoft the upper hand over Google. The terms of the tender deal may change because it has not yet been finalized. The Wall Street Journal's report was not addressed by OpenAI. Alright guys, that wraps up our video for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more. Goodbye for now.